out my previous lessons, I give a deep explanations to each of these tests. So just to refresh your memory, a placement test is a test that teacher use to divide the group into levels. An aptitude test is a test that teacher use to know if the student has the ability to learn new language. An achievement test is a test that teachers use to know if the students reach the goal and object of the lesson. A diagnostic test is a test which is the right answer here, is a test that teacher use in the beginning of a course just to know the strengths and weaknesses of each of students. So let me mark the right answer here. D is the right answer. Let's move to the next one. General concepts expressed through language are called A. Functions, B. Objectives, C. Goals, D. Notions. See what they mean here. When the two persons are talking to each other, they use language. So through language, they express what? They express notions, which is ideas, informations, etc. So here D is the right answer too. Let's move to the 33 question. Account for how learners cope with learning problems, accumulate new language rules, and how they automatize existing ones. Learning strategies, learning stages, study skills, multiple intelligence. So what they mean here? How a student can accumulate between the information that they know and the information that they have learned. So they use learning strategies. A is the right answer here. Sorry. A is the right answer here. What do you mean by learning strategies? It's what every teacher should know. It divided into two types: direct language learning and indirect language learning. These questions related to the learning training. If you still don't understand this learning training and learning autonomy, I will explain it soon, inshallah. So let's move to the next one. The level of difficulty in a writing passage is named legibility, intelligibility, readability, and intertextuality. So here the right answer is C, readability. They mean that when the students can't read, has a difficult on reading, in the question here they write a writing passage which is a reading passage. So they use these words just to confuse the future teacher. You should to concentrate more and pay attention. So C is the right answer here. Let's move the paper and continue the questions. 35 question. The effect or change that results from an instructional activity or program is named coherence, A, B, input, C, skill, D, strategy. So the right answer here is C, because when they learn something, they learn a skill, which is mahara. C is the right answer here. 36 question. State the context of a new lesson or review what was taught in previous lessons. Warm up, B, practice, C, recycling, D, focus. Warm up is the right answer here. E. What is a warm-up activity? Warm-up activity is the teacher use in the beginning of a lesson just to put students in the context of the new lesson, also to refresh their memory about the past lesson. So it is a warm-up activity. If you still have problems with warm-up, I explain it also in my previous lessons. Let's move to the next one, 37. involves learners at all levels and focuses on their personalities as a whole. A humanistic approach. B. An individualization of instruction. C. Collaborative group. D. Eclectic approach. E is the right answer, a humanistic approach, because this new teaching method give much importance to the person of the students. Let's move to the last one here. 38 question. A teacher in the class is the president of the group, a director of the group, a leader and guide of the group, a referee, and the boss of the group. So here this question related to the teacher role in the classroom. So C is the right answer, because a teacher shouldn't be a president or a boss or director in the class. He should be just a guide that give information and the task and activity to students and leads them to work. He just guide them and correct their mistakes. So leader and guide of the group is the role of the teacher in the class. Let's move to the next one. Question. The first important step in teaching is A. Planning beforehand. B. Knowing the background of students. C. Organizing materials to be taught. D. Learning students' names by heart. The first question here, the right answer here is B. B is the right answer. Let me mark it for you. Because the first step that a teacher should use is to know the background and the information that students has. So he should do the exam, the test of a diagnostic test, to know if the student has a background or not. So knowing the background of students is the first answer here. Let's move to the 40. By which of the following methods the true evaluation of the students is possible? Evaluation at the end of a course, evaluation twice a year, continuous evaluation, evaluation at the beginning of a course. C is the right answer here. Continuous evaluation is the right answer, which called in the Arabic المراقبة المستمرة. This is the best way of evaluation students. Let's move to the next one, 41. The essence of an effective classroom environment is a variety of teaching aids, lively student-teacher interaction, pin-drop silence, strict discipline. B is the right answer. This question related to classroom management. Teachers should build a good atmosphere in the classroom, a lively student-teacher interaction, because students should respect the teacher and teacher respects the dignity of the students. They should work together, etc. So lively student-teacher interaction is the right answer here. Let's move to 42. The various teaching methods and values used to teach English are called approaches, curricula, teaching aids, techniques. So approaches is the right answer. A. We have a standard-based approach. If you don't understand these two, you can check out my previous lesson. I try hardly to explain the important things that they ask about in the exam in my lessons. If you still have any problems that I don't mention in my lessons, you can ask me. If I have time, I will explain it for you. So let's move to the 43 question. Most audiolingual materials are designed to help learners develop reading and writing skills, spelling and punctuation skills, listening and speaking skills, grammar and vocabulary skills. So audiolingual material is a material that teacher use to develop listening and speaking skills. C is the right answer here. Also, I explain this audiolingual. Let's move to the next one, which is 44. If it isn't clear, I will read it for you. The language used to talk about language is called a whole language, target language, meta language, natural language. B is the right answer. Meta language. Meta language is the right answer. Here, a language used to talk about language is called, for example, if you use English to talk about Arabic, for example. Let's move to the next one. According to schema theory, learners draw from their own vocabulary lists, background knowledge, grammar knowledge, learning to understand reading a text. So here, a background knowledge is the right answer, B. Because what is meant by schema theory, schema theory is a background that students use to understand the text they are required to study. Schema has three types: content schema, which relate to facts, value, and cultures, etc. Language schema, which related to grammar, spelling, vocabulary, etc. And textual schema, which related to rhetorical structure of different mode of texts, for example, research paper, letters, email, etc. So this is the definition of a schema theory. You should remember it by heart. Let's move to 46 question. Words divided in grammar according to their use, such as noun, verbs, adverb, or adjective, are called part of speech, vocabulary grouping, phrases, base forms. A here is the right answer. I think that question is easy. Part of speech. Let's move to the next one. When you teach students how to look for specific details in a text, you are showing them how to skip, skim, scan, select. Specific details, I explain it also for you. If you remember it, you can answer. So the right answer here is B. Looking for specific details is scanning, or looking for general details is skimming. B is the right answer. So let me move to the next paper and last one. When choosing extensive reading materials for English language learners, the level should be much higher than they are capable of reading, slightly higher than they are capable of reading, slightly lower than they are capable of reading, similar to their native language level. This question is when you give a passage of reading to students, it should be slightly higher to help them to develop their level of reading. It shouldn't be similar of their level because it will be easy. It shouldn't be so difficult of them because they can't deal with this text. So it should be slightly higher than they are capable of reading. B is the right answer here. 49. Which of the following would be most suitable for interactive writing activity? Writing a script, writing a report, writing your resume, writing a chain story. This question related to the writing lesson plan and writing activities that teacher use in the pre, while, and the post writing. You can If you still have problem in writing activity, you can check out my previous lesson. So writing a chain story is a more interactive. D is the right answer here. Writing a chain story, it's in other words, if you choose to write a story or write a report, you will choose to write story because more interactive, telling something or telling a story, etc. Which of these activity is communicative, not controlled practice? An oral drill. B, an information gap activity. C, a dictation, a gap filling activity. D. So communicative is not controlled practice. Controlled practice, which is controlled practice, is when we have a question and we have some specific answers. This is a controlled practice. Like this, you need to choose one of these. But a communicative, not controlled active, is an information gap activity. But B is the right answer. An information gap activity, which means a jigsaw. When the teacher asks students to look for more information about something, for example, smoking, and one student will look for the causes, and another one will look for effects, etc. So when they come to the classroom, they will change their information between them. So they will continue, or info gap activity will they continue each other, so they will fill the other information. This is a jigsaw or an information gap activity. Let's move to the 51. A fossilized error is an error that is a typical of beginners but made by advanced. B, a learner has made so often that they believe it is correct. C, a learner makes even though they know the right answer. A learner makes because of his or her native language. So fossilized error is right answer here is B. This question related to the error, type of error, etc. Fossilized error is the error that students use because he know that this is the correct answer. Next one, which is, I still don't give you an explanation of error, but if you want, I will soon, inshallah. Let's move the paper to be clear for you, then back inshallah. To have effective classroom discipline, the teacher must remember to incorporate all of these except addressing the cause of the misbehavior, B, preserving the dignity of the learner, C, providing private direction, D, criticizing misbehavior in public. So here, criticizing misbehavior in public is the right answer. This question related to classroom management, which means that the teacher should not criticizing students or punish him in front of the other his friends. He should talk to him privately and know what is the problem he suffer from. So this is 52. Let's move to the next one, which is 53. If a teacher compliments a student or class on how well they behave, this teacher is A, reinforcing productive behavior, B, using proximity control, C, redirecting learners' attention, D, providing situational assistance. So here, this is called a motivation. It's also that question related to classroom management. Reinforcing productive behavior, E, is the right answer, because he should, when they do something good in the classroom, the teacher should motivate them and compliment them. 54. If a person is able to communicate well with others, they might be thought of as having interpersonal intelligence. B. Intrapersonal intelligence. B. Interpersonal intelligence. C. Spatial intelligence. D. Emotional intelligence. So here B is the right answer. This is a communication mode. We have three communication modes, which are interpretive, presentive, and interpersonal communication mode. So when you know how to talk with other is interpersonal intelligence. Teaching portfolio should contain teacher prepared materials. B. Contributions of observers. C. Examples of learners' work. D. All of these. The right answer here is D. This is a portfolio should contain. This is an information for you. If you want to ask what is the container of portfolio of the teacher, these are the containers. You should also remember it. So let's move to the last answer in the didactic questions, which is to help prevent discipline problems, teachers should be taught, plan thoroughly, establish sound management policies. D, B, and C. Here D is the right answer. B and C. It's also related to classroom management. The teacher should build a contra or put rules that students should follow during the class, which is here called policies. He should also plan an effective lesson plan to attract the students' attention. This is the lesson of today, which is explanation of didactic questions. I hope I explained it for you and it be clear for you now. Good luck. See you soon, inshallah. If you don't forget to press like and subscribe to get the new lessons. I choose to record this lesson on this way just to be clear for you, because the writing and exams too small, just to be clear for you the answers and the questions too. So bye, see you soon, inshallah.